Hello everyone and welcome to Holistic Healing with Deepshikha. As we grow through life and various events, we build a belief system. Now this belief system not only consists of the good things like what makes us feel good or what makes us feel confident, but also things and events that made us feel insecure. And then when as an adult something happens that triggers that, we go back to the same reaction, same feeling. So continuing with the Open Mind series, I thought why not address insecurities and how we can deal with them. Whether you're aware of it or not, insecurities often play a huge role in shaping how we see ourselves, how we interact with others, and how we navigate the world. They can hold us back from living fully and authentically. But with the right mindset and tools, we can work through them and come out stronger on the other side. Insecurities are normal. Everyone has them, whether they are about our appearance, our abilities, our relationships, or something else entirely. The key to living a fulfilling life isn't eliminating insecurities altogether. That's unrealistic. Instead, it's about learning how to manage them in a way that allows you to step into your authentic self, unafraid of judgment or reaction. It's about identifying the source from where it originates and healing that part of us. So, what exactly are insecurities? At their core, insecurities are a feeling of doubt or fear about ourselves, often stemming from a belief that we are somehow inadequate or unworthy. Insecurities can be about anything: our physical appearance, our intelligence, our social status, or even our personality traits. These feelings can lead to self-doubt, anxiety, and low self-esteem. They make us feel like we are not good enough or like we are constantly falling short of some invisible standard. One of the biggest things to recognize is that insecurities are rooted in fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of not being loved or accepted. But like I mentioned earlier, the good news is that once we recognize this fear, we can start working on dismantling it. Now you might be wondering, where do insecurities come from? Why do we even have them in the first place? There are several factors that contribute to the development of insecurities, and it's often a mix of both external influences and internal beliefs. The first one is childhood experiences. Our early experiences can shape our insecurities. If a child is criticized, bullied, or rejected during childhood, those wounds can linger into adulthood and manifest as insecurities. Even well-meaning parents or teachers can unintentionally contribute to insecurities by placing too much emphasis on achievements or appearances. The next one is relationships. Insecurities can also arise in relationships, romantic, platonic, or familial. If someone has had a bad experience, has been hurt, betrayed, or rejected in the past, they may carry the fear of being hurt again into future relationships, leading to feelings of inadequacy or unworthiness. And then there's the internal factor, our own inner critique. We all have that voice inside our heads that tells us we are not good enough or that we are going to fail. Of course, again stemming from various experiences that we have had, this negative self-talk can fuel insecurities and make them feel more powerful than they really are. And then in today's world, society and media play a major role in how we often see ourselves and the world. One of the biggest sources of insecurity is the pressure from society and media to fit into certain standards, whether it's beauty standards, success metrics, or lifestyle expectations. We are constantly bombarded with messages about how we should look, act, or live. Social media in particular can amplify insecurities by encouraging us to compare ourselves to others' curated and often unrealistic lives. Now that we understand where the insecurities can stem from, let's see how insecurities can manifest into our lives. Insecurities manifest in different ways for different people. Some of the most common signs of insecurities include self-sabotage. Insecurities often cause us to hold ourselves back. We might avoid taking risks or pursuing opportunities because we don't believe we are capable or worthy. This can lead to missed chances for growth and success. Next is comparison. Comparing ourselves to others is a hallmark of insecurity. When we constantly measure ourselves against other people, whether it's their appearance, career, relationships, or achievements, we reinforce the belief that we are not enough. Next is seeking validation. Insecure people often rely heavily on external validation. They might seek approval from others to feel worthy, which can lead to unhealthy relationships or patterns of people pleasing. Then comes overcompensation. Sometimes people overcompensate for their insecurities by acting overly confident or arrogant. This can be a defense mechanism to hide their deeper fears of inadequacy. Another aspect is that someone might overcompensate in relationships and end up feeling taken for granted. And lastly, fear of rejection. Insecurities can lead to a fear of rejection, which may cause us to avoid social situations, hold back in relationships, or even push people away to protect ourselves from getting hurt. This can also lead to wanting to control everything in a situation or relationship. But like any other aspect of our personality, insecurities are also something that we can work upon and overcome. Overcoming insecurities isn't something that happens overnight. It takes time, self-awareness, and a commitment to personal growth. But the journey is absolutely worth it, and along the way, you'll discover that you're far more capable, worthy, and deserving than your insecurities would have you believe. Here are some strategies to overcoming insecurities. The first step to overcoming insecurities is acknowledging them. Pretending they don't exist or ignoring them won't make them go away. Be honest with yourself about what you're insecure about and try to accept those insecurities without judgment. Remember, having insecurities doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. Everyone has insecurities, even the people who seem the most confident. Accepting that this is part of the human experience can help you feel less isolated and more compassionate towards yourself. Next is that insecurities often come from negative self-talk and irrational beliefs. Challenge these thoughts whenever they arise. Ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have to support this belief? Am I being too hard on myself? For example, if you're insecure about your abilities at work, you might tell yourself, I'm going to fail. But is this really true? Have you failed every time you've tried something new? Chances are you've succeeded more often than you realize. By questioning the validity of these thoughts, you can begin to dismantle the negative beliefs that fuel your insecurities. Another aspect is that it's easy to fixate on what we don't like about ourselves or what we perceive as shortcomings. But it's equally important to recognize and celebrate our strengths. Take some time to reflect on the things you are good at, the talents, skills, and qualities that make you unique. Make a list of your strengths and accomplishments and refer to it whenever your insecurities start to creep in. Focusing on your positive attributes can help boost your confidence and remind you that you are more than your insecurities. Another thing is that insecurity often stems from being too hard on ourselves. We often hold ourselves to impossible standards and beat ourselves up when we fall short. Practicing self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend who's struggling. When you catch yourself feeling insecure, ask, what would I say to a friend who was feeling this way? Then, turn that kindness and encouragement inward. Be gentle with yourself and remind yourself that it's okay to have insecurities. They don't define your worth. Next is, social comparison is one of the biggest drivers of insecurity, especially in today's social media saturated world. It's easy to fall into a trap of comparing yourself to others and feeling like you don't measure up. To combat this, try to limit your exposure to triggers that make you feel insecure. This might mean taking a break from social media, unfollowing accounts that make you feel inadequate, or simply reminding yourself that what you see online is a curated version of someone's life, not the full picture. And finally, one of the best ways to combat insecurity is by taking action. Start by setting small, achievable goals that push you outside your comfort zone. As you accomplish these goals, you will build confidence and prove to yourself that you are capable of more than your insecurities would have you believe. For example, if you are insecure about public speaking, start by practicing in front of a small, supportive group of friends. Gradually, as you build your skills and confidence, you can take on bigger challenges. Remember, insecurities are a part of life, but they don't have to control you. By acknowledging your insecurities, challenging negative thoughts, focusing on your strengths, and practicing self-compassion, you can start to break free from the grip of insecurity and embrace your authentic self. Remember, you are more than your insecurities. You are worthy, capable, and deserving of love and success, just as you are. The journey towards overcoming insecurities may be long, but every step you take brings you closer to a fuller, more confident version of yourself. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might benefit. Until next time, stay open, stay kind to yourself, and keep growing. Thank you.